I mean, wicked can just be more than just a word, a descriptor word. Like it can be an
An
actual
adjective.
noun.
Barding. Ah.
These
I don't know
things.
any of these things besides
How
Bree's
do you
hockey
how do you
journey.
We got our first hater the other day.
shout out to my dad?
That made me mad. Now I'm triggered.
Oh, and god damn it. What a pro wants. What a pro wants. Welcome to episode 87 of the Bread Loves Hockey podcast. And we have Sam returning. And he's in the midst of watching the Capitals right now and not too happy with their start in this first period against Carolina. But still happy to have you.
Yeah, happy to be here. Luckily, the first period is over, and uh, it's only 3-0. So that's
Oh, I didn't know the scores. That's not good.
uh,
Dean's seen scores like that recently, so he knows.
Yeah.
yeah. That was so the final score of the our most recent game against the Kings was 3-0. And that was the worst game I think I've seen them play in a while. But this might outdo it.
Not the way you typically want to be heading into the playoffs. Although sometimes the teams that are doing the best, in the calendar year, like the calendar year of the cup, don't always end up winning it. It's actually like pretty kind of random, depending on how you're performing in the second half of the season. I don't know. It's like one of those weird things. Like you still really don't know because it's a completely different game in the playoffs. So you're hoping it's like this is just getting OV the record kind of thing and focusing more on just staying healthy and getting towards the postseason. Obviously the players are still battling and all that, but it's like in the kind of the back of your mind, you're like you've played 74 or whatever games this season already. You're kind of you've been knowing for a while what's coming up.
I think it's that Ryan Leonard guy. I think you need to send him back down.
Yeah. Who thought he was a good idea?
Well, small sample size.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking that if Ovi scores in this one, there's a pretty good chance that we see him break the record on Sunday, because they're up against Chicago on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Is that their last home game?
No, I think they have one more.
Don't they play on? Oh no, they don't play on Saturday.
Or
I think it's
for
Friday,
the Islanders
Sunday,
again. Probably.
Yeah, the Islanders are the last game of the season for them. I'm pretty sure.
It's the Pens is the last
Or the
game.
second to last. I think it's second to last, and then Columbus is the last game, maybe.
No, they have Chicago at home, then at the Islanders, then Carolina again at home, home and home with Columbus, and then they're away for New York Islanders and the Penguins.
Okay. Oh yeah,
So,
Penguins. Right.
7 more games after tonight to get 4 goals.
He's played that way, like he's played on that pace for the whole season. So.
Can't wait to wait all summer for him to get 1 more goal next year.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be. It would be infuriating.
Yeah. If it hadn't been for that Utah game, then he would have had it weeks ago.
I know. I mean, it does make it a little bit more dramatic, I guess, but it does suck for him and for the team and everything that he had to be out for. What was it like? Ended up being 6 weeks or so, 5 weeks.
6 sounds right.
But he also made it this far in his career without like any major injuries.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came back from this one in pretty good form.
Helps when you haven't had that many injuries, I guess, to recover from like that. I'm sure, even if you are 39 years old.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't look 39. And so that's why I think I was the
Yeah,
favorite at least.
he looks like 49 at least.
I would give him mid-50s.
Hmm.
If I saw that man on the street, I'd be like, he's planning retirement. He's ready to move to Florida and talk to his grandkids once a month.
Yeah, especially with his hair. Like this,
Yeah.
the way he doesn't really do anything with it. It's just kind of like, here it is, and it's gray and it's everywhere.
Hmm.
Definitely makes him look a bit older. And then of course the gray beard too.
Yeah.
But he's still scoring at a great clip. He's on 38 for this season, which I mean is not that far off from Draisaitl's like 51 or 52 that he's at
Considering
right now.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and um, I think Howe still has the most of any 39-year-old or older, and that's
44.
44, which is, you know, that's a stretch goal, I think at this point, but it's not impossible.
42 for the record. We're saying he's got 8 games to get 4 goals for the record. So why don't you just get, 6 out of 8? Or you get a multi goal game or something. It's like suddenly it's not so unrealistic.
Yeah,
But
I'm thinking.
definitely a stretch goal.
Yeah, I'm thinking hat trick against the Islanders.
I
I'm
want him
feeling.
to be like 2 away and then break it in one game, like a 2 goal game to break it.
Yeah, that would be really cool to tie it and then break it in the same game.
Yeah.
That would be pretty special. Yeah, so it's unlikely that that happens at the game that Sam, Zane, and I are going to, and I was not expecting to be going to this game, but Sam graciously offered a ticket because someone wasn't available to go, um, and so it'll be cool. It's gonna be a long day of driving for me because I'm
Yeah.
gonna be driving down and back in the same day, but
It's a Sunday, right?
it's a
Hmm.
Sunday, so it's a noon 12:30 game,
Okay.
so that makes it a lot more palatable for me. It's like, I'd hate to be going down there for a 7 o'clock game and then having to get back home at like you know close to midnight. Actually, it's probably be worse than that. It will probably be like 2 o'clock, depending on if it goes to overtime or whatever. So, yeah, that was good. But it would be really cool to see a monumental goal, even if he just scores at all. Which Sam was already fortunate enough to see an OV goal this season, and
Yeah.
just saw one in the Buffalo loss, which that game was freaking crazy.
Yeah. It was fun. There's a lot going on, but not enough in the Caps' favor.
What was it? 13 goals in that game.
Uh, yeah,
8-5, I think, or
5.
8-4.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think it was 5.
I think it was 8-5. Which yeah, that's you don't get to see that many goals usually. Unfortunately, they were not on the recipient of the 5 goals, but rather the 8. So you don't get everything, but you do get. I think you trade an OV goal for a loss at this point in the season. At least me
I
personally.
Yeah, that's how I've been approaching it. If OV scores, it's at least some form of win.
Right.
Um, yeah, and I don't know if you all saw the clip of the power play goal um, that OV should have gotten. And they in the arena they played his goal song and everything, and everyone thought it was an OV goal, and we were sitting right in front of the mascot Slapshot, and he stands up there and he turns over the goal counter, and there's
Oh
just
no.
like confetti and everything, and we all turned around and we were cheering, and we were like, do the thing, and I was filming it, and then he just shakes his head, and then apparently Dubois like just touched it, and
Yeah.
it's impossible to say, but from the angles I've seen, it was going in either way, and it's a little disappointing. Um,
Yeah, way to
If it is
go.
short, one goal end of the year, it's all Dubois' fault, is what
Way
I'm
to go,
hearing.
Pierre Luc.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, we should have pulled him for Leonard Radish back out there.
Oh, I didn't realize Radish was the one that got replaced.
Yep, yeah, which can't feel good, but someone it's got to be someone.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, you guys have had pretty good forward depth this season, so it's one of those good problems to
Yep.
have type of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, Ryan Leonard called up, signed to a 2 year entry level contract with the Capitals after his Boston College. What are they? What's their mascot?
Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, the
Eagle.
Eagles. His Eagles uh, lose in a tight one to Denver, 3-1. So Denver advances to the Frozen Four again.
Again, yeah.
It's another great tournament for Booyum. He got the empty net goal. So yeah, the Frozen Four is now set. Um, and Penn State also advances to the Frozen Four for the first time in their D1 men's hockey history. So that's kind of cool. Definitely not expecting them to get the win over Maine, and then UConn.
Because we talked about last week that they like went on a huge run and barely made it in um to the playoffs to begin with, and then I guess had like the upset in the first round against Maine. I also learned recently, so like they're a pretty new Division 1 hockey team. I don't know when they started, but I guess Terry Pagula was the one that like did a lot of the funding for them.
Oh,
That's interesting.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's kind of cool. So they're
Yeah.
playing against Boston University in the semis on the 10th. And then on the other side, you've got Denver versus Western Michigan, who took down UMass, I believe. Yeah. Um, so Cornell Falls, they had a kind of a Cinderella run after, unfortunately for Dean and I, defeating Clarkson in the ECAC. What is it? Just the finals for the ECAC, I guess. And then so Cornell advances. They get the upset over Michigan State, which was a huge game. They had like a late goal. I think it was like 50 seconds to go, so they win that one. And then they lose a close one to Boston University 3-2. So good run for the ECAC. We hardly ever see any of those teams doing anything. Like they hardly ever win the tournament or even make the Frozen Four. So pretty close, but not quite close enough.
It was 2010 that Penn State joined the NCAA.
Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Yeah. Terrence Pagula and Tim Curley, TSU alumnus, billionaire hockey fan, and possible large donor. They like got them a new on-campus ice arena and all sorts of stuff to help them out.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so pretty exciting for them. And we'll see who makes it to the championship game on the 12th.
You
We
rooting
didn't
for anyone?
we didn't do brackets this year, but I guess I feel like because the Pagulas are the owners of the Bills and the Sabres too. I mean the Sabres I don't really love that relationship, but I guess I'll pull for Penn State. Mix things up.
Like Denver BU final, Boston and Denver. Gotta love two great cities.
We've seen that one before. Yeah, yeah, Dean. No bias there. Not that you've ever lived in Boston, but obviously the Bruins
No,
connection.
and Boston's not actually that great of a city,
You don't think so?
and it's old and I don't know. Whoever decided how to make the roads and the traffic patterns were just like
Yeah.
did it in like Microsoft Paint.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the traffic patterns are not great. It's like not a grid, but
I mean, I know I like Boston. I just wouldn't want to live there.
I wouldn't want to live there either. But I think it's more fun to visit than like New York City.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's more manageable. But yeah, I mean, it was designed before cars or a million people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, but you can't have a good city in a state that doesn't allow happy hours. So, um, Boston, I think, is out of the running.
You mean they don't allow happy hours?
Yeah. What is that?
But I've heard that I don't know. Well, maybe it's just Boston or it's all of Massachusetts. But I've heard they don't like happy hours are not allowed.
Jeez, that's a weird
Oh.
thing to target.
They banned happy hour in 1984.
Really?
Literally 1984.
They believe that happy hour encourages excessive drinking and leads to drunk driving.
Well, I'd
Is
like
it?
to see their drunk driving statistics compared to other states
Yeah.
around them, like for the last 50 years, I guess, or not quite 50, but 40.
Yeah, because I guess in 1984, a woman was killed by a drunk driver that was leaving a bar during happy hour. So like, this will fix it. No more happy hour. So I can't
Yeah.
have nice things.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Owen. Thanks for popping in.
Nice
Yeah, I
to
don't
see
have
you
this
guys.
overlay preloaded. Oh well.
I've got
Oh,
it covered, Dean. Don't worry.
Okay.
We were just
What an eventful
chatting.
night last night about the OV goal.
Well, we were talking about that, but I mean, yeah, I guess if you have something, we can throw it in here.
Oh no, just
We were
that.
talking about how happy hour
that's
is
cool.
banned in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Actually, we were.
Big hockey topic.
Oh, okay. Cool. How? Why? You can't have discounts on alcohol, I guess.
I
No.
don't know.
No, it's
You
to,
gotta
to lower the
pick up.
amount of drunk driving accidents.
Oh,
But like, does it apply beyond just happy hours, or is it like are you allowed to have sales on alcohol
right,
Well,
right,
just have cheap
or
beer all the
on
time.
premise consumption?
right. Yeah,
Like
happy
flip
hours all the
night
time.
count as happy hour.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we have to go to a bar in Massachusetts and test the limits, I guess.
Right. Start pushing it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, how many of the cops even, really check that stuff?
Right. I'm an adult.
Although
I'm allowed to
I
drink
guess we'd
alcohol.
have to own the bar and then do a happy hour ourselves in order
Oh,
to really.
right.
We
Right.
can't
Or
just
rent.
incite a happy hour at the bar.
Well, no, I think
I'm gonna
I
pay
think
half price for this beer.
Yeah, and
yeah,
everybody will
I think
for.
what we could do is we could say, hey, make my drinks half price, and I guarantee you, I promise, I will drink to excess, and
Right.
I will buy a lot more.
I'll
and
buy
I'll
more if they cost less.
I will
Yeah.
Uber home.
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
but I will not drunk drive.
There you go. It's like we can work something out here. Like if that's the only issue is if I'm gonna drive drunk, then I just won't do that, but I'll still drink.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta walk in, find the manager, give
Give
him
him
a
your
firm hand,
keys.
and your keys.
Right.
There you go. And then we were also discussing the Frozen Four.
Oh,
And
yeah. I haven't seen
who's
that
left.
yet.
So we'll give you a
I
quick
did.
recap.
Oh, okay.
Denver, Western Michigan, and Penn State, Boston University
Okay.
are the two matchups.
I saw Zeev Buyum,
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
of the show, Zeev Buyum, um,
Boyum or
posted, yeah, whatever it is, posted on his his Instagram story, like congratulating a couple of his former USA teammates on being signed to entry-level contracts because they were on the Boston College
yeah.
team that lost, and so they were able to now play in the NHL.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like, yeah, you're like saying good job to your buddy who like makes it to the show, but at the same time you're like, also remember we just beat you, and now you get to go play that, and we're gonna go play for this championship.
Yeah, especially like Ryan Leonard, who they just beat on Boston College. So yeah, they were teammates. I think there was another
one other
Boston
too.
College guy that
I don't remember
signed.
who it is though.
Yeah, I mean, Perot, I think it was looking to sign with the Rangers, but I don't know if that ended up happening or not. So yeah, this is the time of year for that. I think the Islanders had signed somebody, had a pretty notable NCAA free agent, although the team itself has not been doing well. I think they've lost like 6 straight.
Am I wrong? Is it 2 ECAC teams? We got Cornell and Quinnipiac.
Joey Larson.
I don't think anyone else is ECAC.
You think they just made the playoffs in general?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know they're not the only ones in the whole thing. But yeah,
No,
just
but I was
made
like,
the
I mean,
playoffs.
there's none left.
No,
Like,
they're all
Well,
gone.
yeah. Cornell lost in the what is that, quarters, and
The
Quinnipiac
Elite
lost in the
Eight.
first round.
Yeah.
Also quarters.
Yeah, sure.
Quarter of the way there.
Sweet 16, yep.
Sure. Or 4.
As we're in
games?
the throes of March Madness too, although I haven't been following that.
Right. I picked a bracket once like the first round was done. We did one at work.
Sign.
And I picked, I think, every game to be an upset. And all of the number 1 seeds have made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So I got pretty screwed on that one. That was pretty immediately. I got that wrong.
Seen some good jokes about, it's like, oh yeah, you picked all 4 of the top seeds to make it. Like, how bold of you. It's
right.
It's like, wow, way to go.
But it's only the second time, right?
Doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen
of the
that
tournament.
often.
Maybe the 4th time. It's single digits the amount of times that has happened.
I mean,
which is also crazy to me. I mean, you're number 1 seed for a reason, but also it's a lot of games, right? How many times has it been the number 1 team in the East versus the number 1 team in the West? Everyone says it's going to be this Winnipeg-Washington Stanley Cup final, but like, yeah, both those teams are both really good. I feel like I've heard that in discourse, like when they play each other, like, oh, it's a Stanley Cup final preview or whatever.
And they were both good
be.
games that they played this year.
Right.
One of them
and so,
went
like,
to
you
overtime.
want it to be a cup final, and like, it'd be cool to see Ovi versus Hellebuck as the, like, that's sick.
Elite goal scorer versus Vezina winner.
And Hart winner. Like, I really think Hellebuck's getting
Jennings.
Hart this year.
I don't know if Comrie's not going to play.
Give him the Masterton. Give him the Rocket Richard. Give him the Selke. He was better defensively than any of those forwards, right? How many saves did they have?
There you go.
Hellebuck wins every award except for Calder.
Yeah, I think he's ineligible for that one. But yeah, great season for them. Yeah, they did win both matchups against the Capitals this season, but again, it's always so unlikely that stuff happens.
Right. They still have to make it to the end. You got to win 3 rounds of hockey just to get there.
I believe, are the Capitals still ahead in the standings on them? No. The Jets are at 106 points, but they have a worse points percentage, 707 versus 709. So very, very tight. We'll see who wins the President's Trophy. Bree did again. She did pick the Jets in her preseason bracket to pick the President's Trophy winner. So I've been rooting for that. We'll see if it comes true or not. I did not pick the Jets. I don't think anybody else did. But
yeah, I definitely didn't pick Washington. I can tell you that.
No.
Which, oops.
I mean,
I don't even know if I had them making the playoffs.
Oops on a lot. I don't think very many of us did. Like
I don't have them in the playoffs.
Like, I liked some of their moves, but I just didn't think it was all going to work right at once, which it usually doesn't. So,
Sam, you didn't submit a bracket, but would you have put Washington making the playoffs this year at the beginning of the year?
I think we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Yeah, I think you came on and you said you would still have them in.
Just first round, and I'm feeling maybe that's right. But after last year, I'd take just one game. If we could win a single game.
Improvement.
Yeah.
And you must be watching the wild card 2 race pretty intensely, because that's really who you guys are going to be playing, and it's kind of been a snail's race over the last week or so for who's going to end up taking that spot. Montreal has gotten a couple of wins. They got back-to-back wins against Florida, which helps a lot. But other than that,
Wild.
it has
Great for
been
Toronto too.
it has been tough. Like
Out of all
the
these
Islanders
teams,
keep losing. They've lost 4 games in a row.
Oof.
all the teams in the race, their last 10 games, the most wins is Ottawa with 5.
Yeah, pretty.
4, 3,
I
and
don't think
3,
we're in the
3,
race
6, and
anymore. I
1.
think we're a
No,
step
3,
ahead
6,
of
and
in the
1, 4,
race.
5, and 1, 4, 5, and 1, 3, 4, and 3.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that Florida's down into 3rd. They're 4, 5, and 1 in their last 10 though. Like that means we could get Tampa in the first round. Oh no, Toronto. We could get Tampa in the first round if they. I mean, they're 7, 2, and 1. They're 1 point behind the Leafs.
Yeah, could be. It could be Tampa.
I
It
mean,
could be
that's
Toronto.
it's literally or Florida. It could whichever of those 3 finish it out. You know, there's 8 games left.
That race has been fun for a while now because it's
So
really
good.
it hasn't been very stable. Lightning
No.
continue to keep streaking. They're on a 4-game win streak. Beat up on the Islanders a couple of times recently. So yeah, Zane's feeling it right now. I don't think they're looking good. After like I think last week, Dean and I both said, well, I mean, it's probably going to be the Islanders. Like they had been doing
Right.
well, and now they've lost 4 in a row, and it's like what?
I mean, but that's what
like
you
what
lose
is
4 in a
going
row
on?
and you're out of it at this time of the year. Like when it's this close. Like we're 5, 4, and 1 our last time. That's not that good.
Just lost to Buffalo. Like
We've lost every game to Buffalo this year. We got outscored by Buffalo 17-5 over the course of the year.
That's actually really sad.
We've lost every game to Montreal as well.
Oh, yeah.
But we have such a good record. It means we've been winning more than we should against all the other teams. Notably, Buffalo definitely not going to be in the playoffs. Montreal might be in the playoffs, is in a position right now. Who knows? So I'm just glad we don't have to face Buffalo in the playoffs because it's the first time since 93-94 Buffalo has swept the season series, which was the second year of the Sens' inception.
Oh yeah, they were awful.
They played them 5 times and lost all of them.
5? Wow.
It was a smaller league back then.
Yeah, true.
And so getting a season series sweep is that much worse, right? When you lose all 5 times.
Oh, God, yeah. And haven't the Sens swept the season series with the Leafs?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to feel good.
So good. That's the balancing point. That's the yin to this yang, right? Is that like, yeah, sure, we can't win a game against Montreal or Buffalo, but we can beat the snot out of the Leafs, and
everyone likes to see that.
Right?
Yeah. And then the Leafs
only
probably
good.
like destroy Buffalo, I'd imagine. Like they
Right,
own
it's
that
a
building.
big big rock, paper, scissors.
A lot of people beating up on Detroit. Yeah.
Oh,
It's been tough for Boston, of course.
they have seemingly just bowed out. I mean, Boston has bottomed out.
We're
But that's what you have to do.
Full on
right?
tank.
But
9 in a row.
It's perfect.
9 losses
it's
in a
perfect.
row. 1
We're-
8-1.
We can get bottom 4. We have 1 more point than Seattle.
Oh
And
shit! I didn't realize
19.
Seattle was already eliminated. Damn.
Yep.
It's
Seattle
a race to the bottom.
and
I don't think we're getting
Nashville.
top 3 because Nashville and Chicago and San Jose kind of have that tied up. But
The bottom feeders in the West, you're not going to be able to.
I mean, 4 or
catch.
5, like 8.5 or 9.5% chance at the first overall pick. There's some hope.
I mean,
there.
I think
Right.
Nashville. If Nashville wins 4 games, they're past you guys.
That's true. If we
They're
keep
not going to
losing
win
every
4
single game
games,
like
though.
we're doing.
Like, I don't think they're going to.
They do only have
Well,
7
okay.
games
The Sharks
left.
have lost their last 3. Chicago's lost their last 3. Nashville's lost their last 4. Like it's just a bunch of losers over here.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
it
losers
is.
over there. The bottom of the West is rough. I mean, it also helps that Dallas is on a 6-game winning streak.
Yeah, like the
And
top
the Blues
is so
are on
good.
a 10-game winning streak.
10 wins for the St. Louis Blues. I've been texting.
Blues are
Dean,
going to bump
or,
Edmonton
Justin
into
Perreault.
the wild card. Or no, not Edmonton.
Colorado.
They're chasing Colorado. Yeah. They're not going to catch Colorado.
5 points back of Colorado with 1 game played more than Colorado. It's unlikely,
not gonna happen.
but they're going to be playing them soon. So like that definitely matters a lot. I think,
Yeah.
especially if they keep winning. I mean, they're playing Pittsburgh next, who was actually the team that beat them
Brendan.
last, which is pretty crazy.
How do you feel as a Knights fan thinking that if their wild card won, you get them?
It's not good. And I was talking to
That's
Justin
scary.
about that. I was like, he said, I don't want that. And I was like, I don't want that. Like, it would be cool because we've never played them before in a playoff series. So
Sure.
I had been rooting for a new series opponent.
See something different.
But I do think, and the games that we've had versus them, pretty much historically in the regular season, have been always pretty interesting. Usually they're like a 4-3, a 3-2, usually an overtime or a shootout sprinkled in there. So we've had some really just good games with them. Bennington, I think Vegas fans are pretty scarred by. Like, he's done some horrible stuff to us as far as like just these crazy performances, 45 plus save type of deals where it's like we just can't beat him. So I think
he could turn it on.
I think that would be the scary part. I think it would go to Game 7. I feel like right now I'd probably lean towards Vegas ultimately winning, but it's like, damn, that would be scary. I would much rather play the beaten Wild. We'll see, if I think Kaprizov will be back. But I still think we would do much better
in what
against
shape?
them. Yeah, I think
he hasn't been playing. He's not going to be in form. He's a great athlete. I'm sure he'll do fine if he comes back. But I mean, like, the Blues' road record is better than the Knights' road record. They have more wins on the road than the Knights.
That's crazy.
They have more wins on the road than most teams.
Yeah, they're
not the Caps.
Not the Caps. Well, the Caps have a lot of wins in general.
That one's going to be tough to beat.
They have two more. Or four more.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Minnesota can do something, because I mean they've got 3 more regulation wins, which definitely matters. So if it comes down to that first tiebreaker, they will likely have it. So yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Minnesota, and then I think Winnipeg versus St. Louis would be a really interesting first round matchup too.
Yeah. I mean, whoever St. Louis is going to play, I think it's going to be a fun series. That team's just hot.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're going to take whatever team's up ahead of them and give them a good run for their money.
But we do know for sure that Vegas is in the playoffs. They've officially clinched. They could have clinched with a win last night against Edmonton, but luckily for us, Utah beat the Calgary Flames, so we are in. Tough break there, Sam.
Yeah.
Not
going well.
Not going good.
Wait, what?
I think.
Oh, right. There's a Caps game on right now.
I think the Hurricanes might have scored.
Logan Stankoven.
Oh, he's been doing well.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I just saw the score, Owen. Yeah.
Yep.
That was me when I turned it on and saw 3-0.
Yeah.
And now take that emotion and then just have it sustained over the past hour. That's what I'm.
Yeah, that's how this recording has gone.
But also, like yes, you want to win games. OV score is the most important thing.
At this point.
But like, you've made the playoffs. Unless there's a big change in how things are going, you got first in the Met at least.
Oh yeah, Carolina's not passing.
Like they're not.
They're too far behind at this point.
Granted, this is a 4-point game in the standings, right? Like this is a.
Even so, I think
it'd be a long shot.
Yeah.
I mean, our next 2 games, we've got Chicago and then the Islanders. So
those should
I'm not too worried there.
That's a good 4 points right there.
Oh, god damn. Close. I'm allowed to swear on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hey.
Why not?
Got someone beeping those out.
Yeah. That someone is always just Dean, and Dean does not care.
No.
So if you say something that's too offensive for Dean or the name of a specific pizza chain in Denver,
No.
then
no.
you will be bleeped. Anything else is fine.
I wasn't even gonna bleep it. It was my boss told me to.
My boss told me to.
Uh,
No free shout outs.
Yeah, I mean, we
Wait,
can't
But
get
if we don't get the
monetized.
shout out, how are we going to get the free pizza?
well,
Well,
no,
I
just,
wouldn't
you
be
gotta
getting
approach
it.
them. You gotta say, "Want to sponsor the show?"
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little far away.
Yeah,
It's,
I think
like,
Dean would have to be
that-
doing the
shout out.
outreach.
They deliver. They deliver. It's fine.
We shared our
100
Jersey Mike's. I haven't heard from them yet.
Yeah, wait a minute. We did totally shill for Jersey Mike's last week.
For like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
An hour.
Yeah, we talked about Jersey Mike's a lot. I forgot to do my Jersey Mike's ones. I can still get in on the
your
on the late
picks?
games. Yeah, I
There's-
forgot to do my picks today.
There's probably not four
Sam,
games
the
left,
the
though.
Jersey Mike's app gives you points
games.
for betting on hockey.
Do they? Oh.
They do, and with those points you can get sandwiches
Food.
Yeah.
because that's what they sell there.
Oh, they sell sandwiches at Jersey Mike. That's crazy. I didn't know.
You just have to predict who wins. Who's gonna win, Colorado or Chicago?
Can I still bet on the Caps game?
You unfortunately can't.
Ineligible. I think there's only 2 games left.
It is
today.
just 2 games left. So I will. I mean, I at least can put my 2 predictions in. Get up to my 2. How many points you at, Brendan?
It's not Tuesday, though. Oh, I didn't download it.
Oh,
I don't even know if
think-
I have a Jersey Mike's near me. I guess
I think the only thing I can eat there is the tuna sub, and I don't know that I want to do that.
fair.
I can't
I
recommend
am-
or not.
At a almost, I'd say, brag-worthy 18 points.
How many days have you played? Does
Less
it have
than
that?
9.
Does it have that info for you?
I think I can see my stats.
Well, while we're on the topic of points, past the cup, Brendan is sneaking up. Well, actually, I guess Owen took
There's
the
one
lead,
game.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had the lead.
Have you 21 points, and
Was Brendan
Brendan's in
catching me?
second with 19.
Ooh, he's catching
19.
me.
And
And
Gifford's
then-
getting some points. He had not a lot, but Dallas has gotten him 7. So he's now
Jesus.
in,
Yeah.
And he
Fourth
has
with
another
11.
Because Dallas
guaranteed
still
point
has it.
yeah,
Against
if
Nashville?
because he
gets it.
also has Nashville.
Oh, and he has Nashville. Yeah.
And I
Damn.
was ahead on hat tricks, but he has passed me by 1 again, so it's coming down to the wire.
Yep.
What's this? 28 days left. That doesn't seem right.
I don't think that tracker is correct. Like I've been suspect of it for a while.
Well, if we just go and count these columns,
Like
there
I
are,
figured that's all it was doing, but it
there
doesn't
are
seem to be.
14
Yeah,
days
so
left.
it must be doubling them accidentally.
Mm.
But
So,
yeah,
14
it's
days.
close.
Hat tricks are 36 for Gifford, 35 for me, 30 for Owen, and we don't care about the rest.
Come on, Dean.
I get announced.
25. 25 for me.
So if you get if you get a hat trick every day, then
I can do
Oh, I'll
it.
pass you
you
guys
might
easily.
win.
Well, I guess you would also have to not get a hat trick every day. Yeah.
Well, he'd win by 3 without Gifford getting any in the next 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
doable.
Wait, I'm 17. I'm 14 back at Gifford,
No,
or I'm 11 back at Gifford. I can do math.
nope, you're
I'm 6 back at
6.
Gifford.
Where are you getting these numbers from? Just look at the screen.
He said 14, and I'd be 3 back.
He was talking
No,
about me.
He's
I'm 11 back of Matt.
Brendan got
right
a
now.
hat trick
You're
every
11 back
remaining
of Gifford.
day. He'd be
that was the
in first
confusion.
by 3 if Gifford doesn't get any hat tricks.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to come up with questions tomorrow, or maybe I'll just make them very easy for me.
Yeah,
and
you
no
already
one
gave
else.
us the freebie. We were joking earlier. You gave us the freebie the other day where you were the only one who didn't get a hat trick.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he doing? But okay, I'll take it. I've
Yeah.
had one of those against me before, and it's brutal. So I feel you.
I just
Hey,
hate
but if it
Detroit.
works, then that's a big win.
Oh, do I
It
put the
was.
Sens? Oh, do I put the Bruins and Canadians game on there? Oh, do I put the Sens Lightning game on it? Both of those are big games.
Big,
Also, as
big.
far as the hat trick questions go, last I checked, when it was 3-0, Aho didn't have any shots. So
Mm.
Oh.
I said under.
Gifford
That's
and I have
good for
different
me.
answers tonight. So one of
I
us did.
said over.
I think we all did, didn't we? Or no?
Nope. Brendo said under.
Zach was under too.
I
Zach,
said
yeah.
no
FUO.
For Aho.
Okay, making my picks.
Oh, on your Jersey Mike's app?
My Jersey Mike's up. Okay,
Nice.
yeah,
Hell
Colorado.
yeah.
It's not a sponsor.
Yet.
We
Yes. Yep.
oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Is there anything else you guys want my take on? I'm gonna go eat dinner if not.
What do you
Gotta
think
be
of the
something.
Tortorella firing?
Long overdue. That guy's a bum. I don't think he belongs in this era of hockey working with 19-year-olds.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I like, yeah, he's his style is outdated.
You can be firm with players, but I think there's a level to it. Maybe the media blows out more than we know, but at least the perception that I've gotten and the way that like players don't really like talking about it makes me feel like whatever was happening, they didn't like. And so
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that. The Athletic runs the player poll every year, and
Mhm.
still there are. He's up there on the list of coaches that players say they'd like to play for, but
Which is wild. But I mean also there's a lot of old guys in the
Yeah, until they
NHL that
play
like
for
want to
him.
be yelled at. Yeah, right.
yes.
Yeah.
I forget if there was a I don't know if they asked, is there a coach you've played for who you never want to, or just like
Right.
is there just a coach that you don't want to ever play for?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see that data as well.
And there,
Ooh,
there
did anything
was
happen in Dean's Den this week? Sorry to interrupt, Sam. I saw that
no.
on the Bread Loves Hockey podcast notes sheet.
Well, as you know from, here we'll play the music.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I gotta admit, yeah, Dean nailed it with the
I
the
spent like
sound.
half an hour
sound
looking
there.
for some music.
I hope you saved that file.
Yeah. It's also the part that I played over Owen. I'm like, I probably won't play that part again. I like the part after that better. So
Oh.
it's like you go from a 10-second clip and you need like a 4-second clip. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Anyway,
last week we mentioned us playing the number one team, and we sure played them.
Oh no.
Well, also we showed up,
they
and
were really
our
good.
goalie did not show up.
Your goalie,
Oh,
that
hey,
was
but-
like the whole thing we were like riding on.
Yeah. So the game before ours was Division 5, and we're the Division 4 lower, so like just above. So we took one. We just kind of yoinked one of the Division 5 goalies. We're like, hey, you want to play for us? So he
Okay.
played pretty well. If we had our goalie, I still don't think we would have won because we lost 7-2.
Oh man.
I mean, you
Yeah,
scored
according to-
some.
We did.
Yeah, Not a shutout.
Well, actually, I'm like, I'll still share a clip from, even when we lose, I like to share our whatever highlights I can find for our team.
What, did you get both goals, Dean?
Nope, still no goals. I got an assist.
Okay. It's like a goal.
Yeah, so we were down just like
It's
the
like
Caps,
a goal.
3-0 in the first. But we were able to get a last-minute goal that gave us some hope to make it 3-1.
Okay. I mean, 3-1 going into the second is like, well, we clearly got outplayed, but we can come back from
We got a late one here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds left. It was this was 4-on-4.
This is
We're the
2.5
most
seconds
penalized
left.
teams. I think we talked about that.
You're the people in white.
We're the people in white. It's like such a beer league play too.
Oh.
Like
That was pretty good.
even just like the zone entry. Like I've done this so
Cross
many
crease.
times. Where like the puck just gets a little bit ahead of you, so Ryan's like, "Oh crap!" and just kind of like push it to me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just kind of throw it on net. And it's like, so like that should be just a cover, like an
Yeah.
easy goalie cover, just the cleanest of rebounds.
Just
Oh, rebound, but then also the goalie is moving like away from the net as the rebound goes behind him.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a tough one from it. Like,
Because he like
oh.
lunged out at it to try and push it away,
You could
and
see
then
he
he's
wasn't
nowhere
too
near the
happy
net.
about that one.
Yeah, you either poke check it away or you glove it quick. Like he did kind of a weird semi thing there.
So
Interesting.
now, it's double elimination. So we're playing.
Right. You're in the losers bracket.
We're in the losers bracket. So we are playing Paul and Ice, and we've played them
Paul and
4
Ice.
times. We lost the first game, but then we won. That was like back in October, and then we won 5-1, 4-0, and 7-2.
Hey,
Auspicious.
a good omen.
Okay.
Yeah. And their leading scorer has one more goal than me, but I have one more assist. Or yeah, one more assist.
Nice.
Or no, one more point, so 2 more assists.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they allow, so we allow 3 goals a game. They allow 4.8.
Oh.
That's
And with your new goalie,
good.
maybe you allow even less than 3 a game.
Yeah. Well,
I
our
mean, the
old
last guy
goalie-
only
Yeah.
allowed
Ooh.
7.
Yeah, your old
Yeah.
goalie.
Yeah, this team was 7th in the division, so they were well, I guess their record counting playoffs, they're 5-17. We're 11-10-1. So
5 and 17, and they made the playoffs.
Everyone
Everybody
makes
makes
it.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, the other team, the 8th seed, is 2-20. So they're already out. They've lost their 2 playoff games.
They're done. Yeah.
They're
Ah.
done.
Yeah, that's
You know,
tough.
like, kids are getting soft these days. You're giving everybody participation trophies.
Yeah.
You know,
But if we
you
win
guys.
this game on Saturday night, we play again Sunday night.
Well,
Ooh.
Back to back.
I'm thinking I found Torts' next home though.
Oh, the Puck Monkeys?
Is that the 2-18?
Oh.
No, that's our team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you guys?
Yeah.
The
They're
Puck
the, no.
Dean's the
He's
Puck
the
Monkeys.
Puck Monkeys.
Oh,
The
okay.
2-10 team is the Unhealthy Scratches.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah, Torts
Yeah.
needs to go shake
Coach them.
up.
Does anyone want to guess their goal differential over 22 games?
Oh, 22 games. Oh no, it's
Negative
gonna,
56.
56.
it's gonna be worse
Right,
than
so they
that.
sound bad.
Mm, Negative 48.
Brendan?
Man, I think it's worse. I think it's like negative 67.
It is negative 71.
Let's go. I mean, that's awful for the unhealthy scratches,
Oh.
but
Our team is a +1.
yeah.
Okay.
Respectable.
Even after the
Oh, yeah.
7-2 loss.
Even after the 7-2.
They had a 7-2 win.
win as well. So.
Yeah.
Sure. They even out.
They cancel.
Hall and Ice is a -60.
Whew.
So, wow.
So
Very,
good chance then.
yeah, very different.
Hopefully you guys
Pass.
get your
Oh,
goalie
Panthers
back
scored.
and you're good. Oh, Panthers score. Okay, that's not good for me.
That's
And it's
great.
not
Caps
good for the
didn't.
Leafs, of course.
No, they didn't.
Leafs and Hurricanes can clinch playoff berths each tonight. They only need 1 point.
Oh,
It's the same conditions, so
interesting.
looking good for the Hurricanes to clinch as we approach
Yeah.
the second intermission.
We've got them right where we want 'em.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. You haven't been watching the Caps this year because we have a stupid amount of third period comebacks that we didn't deserve.
We do. Yeah.
Like, why not add one more? Throw in a couple
Yeah.
OV goals in, and let's get this show on the road to
Yeah,
Chicago.
I like a couple. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do more than one.
So we can
If
see
he
the
scores
next
more
two
than one
goals.
goal, we got to start calling everybody. You have to watch this game right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it really. We were saying before that it would be super cool to see one of those goals on Sunday, and
Yeah.
you know, if it was the goal, either the tying one or I think obviously the breaking the record, having sole possession of the record is the coveted one, but either
Yeah.
or would be really really cool.
Yeah.
You know, if
Brendan,
he
you're
isn't-
thinking so small-minded.
Ovechkin.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we went over that.
We did mention that would be the dream.
they're crazy.
They've got the
Crazy.
Ovi cast going right now, which has been fun. You literally have a camera on the screen at all times, which shows Ovi no matter where he is, and it's got stats, his ice time, and
Where do I
all
watch
sort of
that?
stuff. It's available for some of the ESPN Plus broadcasts. It wasn't on the one for the Bruins game for some reason. But I watched some of it for one of the recent games, maybe the Minnesota game where he played Fleury, and showed him the handshakes.
Yeah. Which is a matchup I would love to see again, but there's only one way that's ever gonna happen, and it doesn't seem likely this year.
Especially for the Wild, they don't historically do long
Do
runs.
well.
They do first
Well.
round exits real good.
They're specialists, one might say.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them.
All right, gentlemen. I've been texted. Dinner is ready. I appreciate you letting me bombard this podcast for a little bit. I bid you all adieu,
Thanks for popping
and I
in.
hope the Sens can get a win tomorrow.
We all do.
All right.
Me too.
Talk to you later.
Go Sens.
Good night.
Anyway, Tortorella got fired.
Yeah, so he gets let go. There was kind of an incident with him and Cam York, I guess, which there wasn't any like physical altercation, but there was definitely a shouting match, and then the next day, and he gets let go, and there was that whole quote from him about how he wasn't really in the mood to coach.
Learn how to coach.
Yeah, learn how to coach with this type of
Or whatever.
season, and so
Yeah, I feel like both of those combined, and it like they're. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna fire him at the end of the year, but like,
yeah.
it's not worth it. Let's just get
Yeah.
rid of him now.
Like Briere is like, okay, if you don't want to be here coaching, then we don't want to hire you as a coach. We don't want to employ you as a coach any longer. So, he gets let go. Bradshaw, one of the assistant coaches, I believe, named the interim coach, and he's actually done well
2
so
weeks,
far.
so like, here, you're the coach now.
Yeah, like I don't expect him to be the next head coach, but
No.
you get your little 10 game stint, I
Add it
guess.
to the resume.
Yeah, why not?
Head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers.
It's like, why does it say 25 to 25?
April
Well,
2025 through April 2025.
yeah,
Can you explain what you're doing in this gap in your resume?
this gap, yeah. Actually, that is the part where I was employed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it just happened, because I don't have the audio on, but I just noticed that Caps pulled Logan Thompson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's Lindgren in now.
And he just played against Boston.
Lindgren, yeah. It was Logan in DC when I went up for that Sabres game.
Did he get pulled in that game?
He didn't get pulled. No.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's had a very strong season. I mean, both of them have. Of
Yeah,
course.
he has. I mean, yeah.
Lots of wins. 30 wins. 30 plus.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so he had the stronger start for sure, but now it seems like maybe it's going the other way.
Do you think there's a question mark about who is the playoff starter then?
I do actually, yeah. I think it's kind of up in the air right now. I think people are I'm surprised by that, I think other people might be as well. But
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
talking about same with like Toronto having 2 goalies in the playoffs, and I mean, I wonder if they would actually, because I think Toronto's been doing that all year, but if they actually do it, if they do what the Bruins did, where they go back and forth, and it's like, Swayman wins, Olmark loses. Swayman wins, like, let's go Swayman, even though it wasn't like Olmark's fault.
yeah.
ooh,
You have a goalie that's winning, you just
big
stick with
big 3v5 Washington Capitals Blue Halo power play.
You
No,
gotta get
not a
Ovi out
sponsor.
there.
Oh, he's on both power
Units.
play units.
yeah, he does it for 2 minutes every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, because he doesn't move. He stays there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll go up to the blue line when they clear, and then he steps back in.
And we will
It'll
watch
go
him
into
the
the-
whole
Asta
time.
got a goal, a power play goal from Ovi's office against the Caps.
Yeah, and who was it? Someone, I forget who it was, scored the second Canes goal. That's where it was from.
The second Canes goal.
Jackson Blake.
Jackson Blake. Why does it? Oh,
That doesn't
I have,
sound
like,
why
no
does it say
recollection
0
of it.
PPG? Someone just scored.
Oh, Caps just scored.
Was there a goal?
It was an Ovi goal.
Oh my God!
Woo!
Let's go!
Yeah, it just says unassisted, just a blank.
Power play goal. Let's go. Oh, Can we
It's
show
gonna get us,
this?
copyright strike?
Yeah,
If you do it from
delete that.
Score bug.
I feel like if it's on a third of a screen in Discord, it probably will be okay.
I think so too.
Where I couldn't aim it.
Wow, that's awesome. So that just makes things even more
Way to
likely for
go.
us.
This is what I was saying. Like if he scored
Plus, they're still on the
tonight,
power play. They're still on the power play.
They are because it was they had a second. Yeah,
Damn,
and it's
that's
gonna go
huge.
unless there's another goal. It'll go until the start of the third. Which I mean, if they make it 2-4, there's a game there.
Oh, so it's perfect. He gets 1 goal against Chicago, and then he gets 2 on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really could be shaping up.
I mean, yeah. When he got the goal last night, I was like, it felt real. It was like, oh wow, we might actually see it on Sunday.
Yeah, that's so crazy because I was like, there's no way I would ever be able to, pay to be there.
Take a Pickering goal.
Oh no, I'm watching the replay right now. Don't tell me we got another one called back.
Was it a tip in?
I haven't seen a good angle of
Oh,
that.
now it's
Actually.
Ovechkin.
Okay.
Here we go.
That's
Here's a
such
good
a-
shot.
Yeah, it was
No,
really
no
good.
tip, no tip.
I was like, how would Chikrin tip it? Why would he be down there?
Yeah, I didn't see him at all. Yeah,
Why
that
would
would
it-
also be a weird spot for him to be.
And they just
Yeah.
add Dylan Strome for the secondary assist. There we go.
There we go.
This is big. This is big.
That is big. Yeah, pretty cool.
Wow, there's 7 goals in the second period of the Rangers Wild game. Well, like, they're in the second period. There's been 7 goals in the game.
Who scored? I saw it was tied up. Who scored?
Narin just scored
Oh, okay. So
4-3 range.
important game for Vegas and for the Wild, of course. I'm
For the
hoping that they
Rangers, make the
pull it
playoffs
out.
when everyone else is losing.
Someone's gotta step up. I mean, like maybe it's
Hey, the
them,
Rangers are the
maybe
only
it's
team with
Columbus.
positive goal differential in the entire wild card race. So that's gotta mean something.
I mean,
I do
definitely
know-
going
I-
into the season, they were the team most likely to be in the playoffs, and definitely not fighting for their lives with the dreck that's that's in the bottom.
I obviously want Columbus instead of Montreal. That would be like the ideal.
Oh yeah, and it's still possible. They've got a game in hand. They're 2 points
Right
back.
there.
They've got
I mean,
a
or the
lot
story, but I
better
think they're out at this
differential.
point.
They have I think they probably have a tougher schedule though. Columbus does, but it's like you never know. You just got to get.
They're all so
Yeah.
close. I don't know.
And we really seemed like it was pretty certain last week, and now we're like, I don't know what's gonna happen because all these teams are losing these critical games. They're not getting points. It's
That
like
happened last year in the Metro, right? For a bunch of teams at the end of the year.
Well, that's kind of what
the
gave
Flyers
the Caps.
collapsed. Yeah.
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 The Flyers were like looking pretty solid until the last like 3 weeks of the regular season, and then they just stopped winning games. And Caps are like, wait a minute, we could
We'll
win some
take that.
games. Like
Yeah.
we'll slide in here, and then
Yeah.
and then they like were in third in the Metro for a little bit, and then it's like okay, they couldn't quite hold on, but and then there was the whole Detroit thing, how they got eliminated because Philly pulled the goalie when they didn't have to, and so
Well, Well, I guess what was it? Was it confusion over how the other game had gone, or because I think they needed a regulation win.
Flyers
and they
had
were tied.
already been eliminated because the Red Wings game went into overtime. I think is how it went. So there was no way for the Flyers to get, like, even if they got the regulation win that they needed, they still wouldn't have been able to get like enough points to pass Detroit. I think is how it shaped out.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, we're gonna pull the goalie to try to get the regulation win, but it was too late.
Right.
And then
yeah.
the Caps end up winning the game and leapfrogging the Red Wings, and so they were
Yep.
pretty pissed. I've seen a couple of games now with Marchand in the lineup for Florida, and I was watching part of the Florida game last night. It was so weird. And
he got an assist in his first game, and I mean,
on the overtime winner with Sam Bennett scoring the goal, like right away, he's like fitting in, and I think we'll see about is Kachuk back in the lineup yet, or is he still out?
He's out with lice.
Oh, right.
Wait, what?
There's a rumor going around on Twitter that Matthew Kachuk has lice. And it's like, it was like believable enough that everyone was just like, okay, like I guess.
Sure, why not?
Does not actually have lice, but or like people were like, you're really gonna believe a rumor about Matthew Kachuk having lice from this 15-year-old Leafs fan who got a Knives with cat ears profile picture?
Yes.
That's a credible source, I think.
Yeah. Like, why is everyone beat up on Matthew Kachuk for having head lice? Do you guys not have sympathy for the head lice? Wait, this does not read very well, but for the lice or for having Matthew Kachuk?
Oh, for the lice having Matthew Kachuk? I
don't know.
I think
I started reading that, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like,
well. I can't believe Matthew Kachuk has lice. Did y'all even bother looking instead of his profile picture? But yeah, I don't know if he's back or not.
I think probably not.
Probably would have heard that.
Yeah, I think I would have heard too. Let's take a quick look at who's on the roster today. Number 19 is unavailable, so yep, not in the lineup. But they're playing a critical game against the Leafs right now.
16 or 17 minutes a night for Marchand since he's been back, so seems like he's pretty healthy. Get us that first round pick. Could be a first overall pick. Oh. What year? Is it 2026?
I think it has. Like, they don't have picks for a while, I feel like. So it must be 2026 or 27.
Yeah. Get that first round pick and then lose.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So they got to make it to the conference finals, and Marchand has to play in 50% of the games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, not a crazy thing.
I feel like he's going to play all the games if he's healthy, and he seems pretty healthy. So
as long as he stays that way and they do well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dean is definitely in a different mode than Sam and I at this stage in the season. We're looking forward to the playoff push. Both our teams have officially clinched, and Boston is not mathematically eliminated yet. They still don't have elimination scenarios, but they are not looking good. They're in a worse spot than Buffalo right now. So
you mean a better draft spot?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I only look at Tankathon because everything's green over there.
those are where the good numbers are.
Near the top.
They keep climbing up on the percentage chance to win that first overall pick. Probably looking at 9% or so. Was that where we were at?
Well, it's 8.5% right now because we're in fifth. If we get up to fourth, then we're 9.5%. And we're, I think, 1 point ahead of. I forget who was ahead of us.
Either Buffalo or
Seattle.
Anaheim or Seattle.
Yeah, we have 1 more point than Seattle. Both have played 75 games.
So that's the goal.
Nashville, we have 7 more points than Nashville, and then 18 more points than Chicago.
Yeah, so probably Seattle is the limit, or maybe Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville would be tough. 7 games, if we lose the next 7 games somehow.
It's hopefully we at least win a couple of them. You need them to win 7 or 4 games though, yeah.
Yeah. If they just pull a Giants and just win near the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. It seems like the Sabres are doing that too. They keep winning for some reason.
They do that every year.
Annoyingly.
I know they never give themselves much to work with.
Yeah, third is possible, but I think fourth is my well, fifth is probably likely, but fourth would be nice.
Have you been looking at all at like the projected first round picks kind of deal?
Not really. I mean, I've heard some of the names. So like Schaefer, Hagens, Misa are like the three, I guess.
The top three, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I guess the question also is like, do you take best available at 4 or 5, or do you just like draft a need? I mean, 3 of the top 5 are centers, so like we kind of need a center.
Definitely.
Like Higgins will probably be gone. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's still early and we don't know where they're going to be. Roger McQueen, yeah, I've heard good things about him. Definitely a hockey name for sure.
And a racing name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got time though for
probably
off
draft him.
season
He's
discussion.
5. That seems like a Bruin.
What was the name?
No, he's the Roger McQueen is 6'5". That seems like a Bruin to me.
Yeah. I heard Dean Letourneau, the first round pick for Boston a couple years ago, did not. I think he didn't have any points in the NCAA this season.
Oh, not good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's a forward. So I think because he was playing in like one of the Canadian leagues below the CHL and the OHL. Like I think he was in one of those other leagues below, like one below, and he was doing well. So seems like kind of Boston reached because of how big he is. He's like, I think he is like 6'5" and 220 or something like that. Like just one of those big guys, and he was playing well against his, lower status, I guess, players, and then he just didn't make the jump this year in NCAA. So we'll see what next season holds for him. But yeah, Boston has had struggles with their draft picks, of course.
Kind of like, well, Dustin McFall. I remember watching him because he got drafted or was playing for Clarkson, and I mean he was like a lower round pick though. But he didn't turn out to be much.
It definitely hurts every time you bust on who seems like they have a really good ceiling, and then it's like, oh, we got to go through this whole process all over again.
Like we haven't drafted this
somebody
guy in a
else.
while. Like, I mean, I want to say since like Tyler Sagan.
Probably. I mean, yeah. Letourneau was 25th overall in 2024. The description here from Elite Prospects: Letourneau is gigantic, but contrary to other players his size, it doesn't feel like he's trapped in his own body. Oh, that's good. But yeah, he
And
had.
Liesel was 21st overall.
Oh, I'm sorry. So he had 0 goals, 3 points in 36 games with Boston College. 6 penalty minutes, a plus minus of 6. So yeah, not a whole lot
And we
going for him.
traded. I mean, in the past when we were in the playoffs, we traded our first round pick almost every year. So as far as first round picks, we had Dean Letourneau, 25th overall. We had 2021 Liesel, 21st overall. The 2019 draft, John Beecher was 30th overall. 2017, Urho Vakanainen at 18.
Ugh.
Charlie McAvoy at 14 in 2016. Great pick.
Okay.
We
Finally,
don't like to talk about 2015.
Yeah, we can
13,
skip that
14,
one.
and 15, Zaboral DeBrusk.
Gone.
Pasta, 25th overall in 2014. I do not remember. Oh, that's because it's round 2. I was reading the number wrong. I was like, Linus Arneson, 2nd overall, but that was round 2.
Second overall.
Like, who the heck is that? Oh, Malcolm Subban, 24th overall.
Yeah, first round pick. I
Dougie
remember talking
Hamilton,
about
9th
him.
overall. And then, 2010, 2nd overall, Tyler Sagan. So,
Mm,
it'll be the highest we've picked in 15 years.
probably.
Well, hopefully we don't drop to 9.
No.
I mean, hey, Dougie Hamilton's not bad. Well, I don't know how the 2011 draft was probably better.
Yeah, I've heard like the next year's draft class is like making people pretty excited, but not so much for this one. I mean, I feel like that'll happen sometimes, and then there will be players that just go crazy in the later rounds. But yeah, we'll see. Again, we got lots of time before we really know what the draft class looks like. We still don't know really even what like the 2022 draft class ended up being. Like takes a long time to figure that out.
I mean, actually, the 2011 draft wasn't that great. That was the Ryan Nugent Hopkins draft.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I mean, Landeskog second overall. And
Yeah,
Huberdeau,
he should have been. He should have been first.
The Benajad. I mean, Hamilton was one of the better picks, honestly. JT Miller. Stephon Nosen, 21st overall.
Nason.
Nason, that's how you say it. Philip Deneau, 26th.
Dunno.
Vladislav Nemestikov, 27th.
Oh, legendary draft.
John Gibson in the second round.
John Gibson, yeah. 2011.
William Karlsson, second round.
Let's go. Columbus,
I still think we need to do a Carlson jersey trip. I feel like there's been a Carlson with either a C or a K on all of our teams, hasn't there?
Does Jacob Forsbacher Carlson count?
Yeah, sure. Why
Throw
not?
him in there. He's got a Carlson on his back.
Yeah, I'll get his jersey.
Yeah. Do you remember what number he wore?
20 something, maybe.
I feel like it was like
Or no, it was higher than that.
wasn't it like 70 something? Or like or 45, I don't know. Sticks out in my I feel like there was a 5 in there.
23.
Wow. Didn't get that at all.
It was 20 something.
That's a respectable number.
23.
Nice.
That's the number that'll be on my jersey.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, we've had William Karlsson. I think he's the only one though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
John Carlson.
Sens have had,
They've had a couple
yeah.
because they had Eric Carlson, and then didn't they also
Right,
have Melker Carlson at the same time? Or was he only on the Sharks? I feel like I thought they had 2 at the same time. But yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I'm just saying, yeah, we could all get Carlson jerseys or jerseys that include Carlson in the name.
I already have one, so I'm good.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
I'm wearing my Marchessault, which is normally hanging up, so I was gonna put the Carlson up, but you can't see the number. But I put the Theodore up instead, the gray one. But I could have worn that one, or actually I think I've already worn that one in the podcast. But yeah, I have one, and actually I have an Eric Carlson too.
Huh, there you go. You could lend that to Owen.
Yeah, who was it? Who was it that wore that one on the trip?
I did.
I thought you did, yeah.
Oh, no, did I wear
No, you wore Owens, and then I gave it to Gifford, I think. He would be the only one left because I didn't wear it. So, yeah, I guess I have 2. Didn't even think about that. Speaking of jerseys, I think Sam, you saw both of these. There's a couple recent jersey leaks that have emerged. One of them actually was for the Senators, a gold kind of jersey. I mean, it's still a red-based jersey. It's very similar to the reverse retro, but it also had like gold kind of outlining it a little bit. It's kind of tough to tell. It looked like they were doing some promo for it, for announcing it for next season. So we didn't get like an official confirmation, of course, or anything. But it seemed like most people didn't like it. I'm kind of interested in it. I like having a little bit more gold. I like having a red-based jersey again because I do like the reverse retro, the first one. I thought it looked pretty good, but it would be nice to see an actual full res photo of it rather than just like a demo shot that someone shouldn't have grabbed.
Snuck. Yeah.
I didn't like it, but
You didn't care for it.
no, I don't know why. It just looked kind of old.
I'm
Maybe that was the 5 pixels playing a part.
yeah, yeah.
Seemed like a lot of people weren't a big fan.
I'm anti-red jersey just because the Caps is so bad. It's
Yeah, well, that one is particularly bad. I mean, they've needed a refresh for a while.
yeah.
I'm normally pro red jersey, so
Yeah, so it must be really bad.
yeah.
Well, I guess I'm looking at the Canes jerseys right now, and it's not horrible.
Oh, they're wearing those ones. Normally,
They were-
because their homes are the flag jersey now.
Yeah, so yeah, they've got like the Hurricane logo on the red.
Yeah, it's the actual hurricane. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
which those ones are nice. I have one of those, but I do like their old alternates, which are now their homes. I think they're pretty good. We'll see. I'll be interested to see what jerseys every team picks for the playoffs too, because
Oh yeah, I
you
haven't
have
ever
some
typed that one
options.
here.
Most of the time they just go with their homes, but yeah, some teams don't. LA went with their whites for the whole playoff run last season. They're not going to do that this
Did you
year.
go through all the jerseys last year for playoffs?
We did. We were like, yeah, we decided which ones that we would hope that the teams would pick. It would be cool if the Blues wore the old heritage retro ones that they just wore last night with the red in them. They wore those in the win against Detroit. I was talking to Justin about that. I'm like, I always like seeing those, but more realistically, they'd probably go with just the regular alternates if they were gonna do anything. Which those ones I would also be very happy with because I like those a lot. That light blue. I don't really know what kind of blue you call it, but I really like those.
Blue.
Yeah, blue. Blue versus home blue.
Yeah.
Isn't there or wasn't there maybe at one point a rumor that the league was going to switch back to white jerseys at home?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah,
Kinda
because that used to
recently.
be the norm.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean, like I just said, I hate the Capitals Reds, so I prefer their whites. So fine with me. But
I've always
I
liked home jerseys in general better.
yeah.
Dark ones.
But I know a bunch of Capitals fans prefer the black Screaming Eagle and want that to be our home jersey. But I don't know about all that. I know Ovi prefers it. He likes it better than the normal jerseys, and he statistically plays better in them. So
Do what Ovi wants to do then. I would want, if they were going to do something, I'd want them to do the reverse retro, the red one, rather than the black one. Do the red Screaming Eagle as the home, and then a white version, and then the black version as an alternate. I think would probably be the best.
I really like the original, like that gray blue Screaming Eagle. That I really like those, and I like the Washington W blue jersey.
Yeah.
They got rid of this year. It seems like that's an unpopular opinion among Caps fans, but I like it a lot.
Yeah,
so
I'm
for blue jerseys.
I like the blue. Yeah. Blue is good. I wouldn't mind adding, like, if they could add a little bit of blue into the away, and then do the black jersey, or you do like the Capitol building jersey instead for the black, because that's also another popular one, and pairing it with the copper and all that, which the black one has. But they've got options, and I don't understand why it's taken them so long to, and they still haven't done it. Like, they're still using the homes like the red homes, which like
Yeah.
it just I don't know, it just doesn't seem to make sense for them to be grasping onto something that even back when it was like in the Reebok days wasn't really one of the best logos still in my opinion.
No, and I think they've really boxed themselves in because they've created this whole rock the red sort of uh, idea, and they still push it, and I think a lot of people buy into that, and so they do like the red jerseys just because, it's their thing. They're the Caps. They rock the red, and
Just change the logo to the Screaming Eagle. Like just like still make
yeah.
red your primary color, but just change the logo and the design, like the style. I think it's just so old fashioned to me.
Yeah, and a different red. I don't like.
Oh, like a different shade of it. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind mixing those type of things up too. Like definitely the switch from this with the Sabres from that old blue, like the dark navy that they used to use to the royal blue that they use now was like a massive difference for me. Like I hated the old blue, the old Sabres ones, and now like their current homes are like super clean in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
can take something like that to really revitalize a design. I don't think just changing the color would be enough for me for the Caps to really be excited because I still just am so done with that primary logo. But
That's fair. That's totally fair.
some folks might like it.
Yeah.
We also have the Bruins with a potential jersey leak as well by a CBC News segment where
On
it.
tariff.
We'll say again, Dean.
It was on tariff. The
Oh yeah,
segment
yeah,
of
yeah.
all things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I like it.
it's pretty similar to the like centennial jerseys that they wore this year for like their 100th or anniversary of the first game that the Bruins played, December 1st, 1924. So they had a game against the Canadians, and they wore that jersey, and I think they've worn it a couple other times, which is very similar to like some of their 80s designs mixed with a couple other things. So this is pretty close. The sleeves are the ends are black instead of yellow like the Centennials. The logo is a different color, I believe, and then there's also looks like a new shoulder patch, um, or maybe a repurposed one, but I think it's new.
It kind of
So
reminds me of
it's
a
a switch
more
up.
modern version of the jersey that he wears in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
very similar to that one. I do think it has some more modern twists to it. I think the colors just look really good. And I'm
with
not
the
like super
logo.
surprised that the Bruins are moving on from their current look, which they've also had for a while. And I think a lot of people prefer this style of the spoked B rather than the one that they use right now.
Yeah, I could go either way. I mean, I kind of like the detail on the other one, but like this one is just really clean.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of the trade off. They've had a bunch of different iterations. I think it's fine that they're not using any like brown. I know some people kind of want to see the brown come back. We saw that with the Centennial, the third Centennial from the previous season that had some brown in it, but not this time. I mean, again, these are both only leaks. They're not definitely confirmed by the teams or the NHL or anything like that. But it is fun to see these kind of shots and what we're looking forward to for next year. I'm always gonna be keying in on the jersey news, of course. So we'll see what happens with those, and it would make me feel a little bit better about if I missed out on the Centennial one from this year because I still haven't gotten it. Even though I do prefer the yellow sleeves to the black, I think I would be pretty okay with substituting it.
Yeah.
Um, Side note, with the assist on that OV goal, Jacob Chikrin is now uh, the sole owner of most points scored by a Capitals defender in a single season. So pretty good start for him with the Capitals, I'd say.
What did you think about the contract extension that he just signed? And we talked about that a bit, I believe, last week.
Um, yeah. So I
8 by
I
9.
like it. I mean, I think he's improved. I mean, he came in with great offensive contributions for a defenseman, but especially the one thing that really bothered me in the start of the season was his inability to just keep the puck inside the blue line. Like it would just always bounce over his stick, and he'd be chasing it back down, and then we'd have to reset and everything. And
That can be so tough to watch. It really can be the most infuriating thing, especially when the
Show the
bounces
power
aren't
play.
going. Yeah, power plays. You're like you've got like 40 seconds or something left, and then it's like, oh, there goes like 15, 20. Like maybe they don't get
Yep.
right back into the ozone on their first try. It's like, oh, it just takes the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, and pretty much every time if I wasn't keeping on top of exactly who was on the ice, if I saw it go by somebody up at the point, I was like, I bet that's Chikrin, and most of the time it was.
Yeah.
But he's gotten a lot better, and he's actually made some pretty impressive keep-ins lately. Um, then of course he had 2 goals in the game I went to on Sunday against the Sabres, and we all thought we were going to see a hat trick, but it didn't. It didn't happen.
Wasn't to be. Yeah, well, still great numbers this year. Definitely a career year for him. Hopefully, something that he can continue to build on and improve upon as he kicks in to his $72 million deal, which is definitely a good chunk of money. But I think again, we're going to be seeing these deals, these long term deals, most likely looking pretty good as the cap's improving, unless he really like bottoms out. But I don't expect that with how he's gelled with the team since coming here.
No, I like it. And I think we talked about it before. He's 26, I think, and so that gives him a lot of time left before we need to start worrying about his age.
Yeah, I would agree.
Ooh,
Another goal.
looks like it.
Yeah.
I didn't look like it crossed the line to me, but I always think that, and I'm rarely right.
We had a couple more questionable goals lately. I think there was one in the Islanders game, maybe. I don't know. They're always going to be a discussion, especially this time of year. But I don't.
Because now you're looking at whatever the refs are calling is the precedent for the playoffs. So like if with goalie interference, like if we're doing the whole player goes into the crease on their own, it's like that you're hoping that they're going to be consistent. That's what they're going to call for the playoffs. So like there's like a microscope under all these calls
For
in
sure.
April.
Oh yeah, Vegas just last night against the Oilers, they had a goal where they challenged for goaltender interference. Can't remember who scored the goal. Ardvison, I think. Like poked at the loose puck that was kind of under Aiden Hill's pad, but I guess he didn't really quite have it. And yeah, they ended up saying that there was no goaltender interference. I was a little surprised when Vegas challenged it. I didn't seem like there was a ton there. I was like they were going back and forth, and even like Shane Knighty, who's like our analyst, he wasn't saying that he didn't think it was goaltender interference, but he was like not really giving a lot of positivity towards like it being overturned, and then he's like, okay, yeah. So I didn't really expect a whole lot out of that one, and then they're not able to get the win. But well, they
Yeah,
won their last 6. Like I think it's gonna happen, even though it's against a divisional opponent. I think we'll be fine.
yeah, we had a similar one a few games back, where like if the rule is that you can't impede the goalie from doing their job, like I don't know if in this case with the I forget if it was Lindgren or Thompson, but they like there was a loose puck in the crease, and then whoever was in goal put their arm over it, but not like they didn't glove it, and they whoever ended up scoring just like pushed their arm with the stick and sort of spun him around, and the puck ended up in the goal, and that feels very much like impeding the goaltender from doing their job. But
I remember
they
seeing
said,
that one.
yeah, but they said it was not interference, which is frustrating, having been on. I don't know. Carlson alone has had 3 goals called back this season, 3 or 4 maybe, for goaltender interference.
All for the
And,
same thing. Damn, that's tough. It's
Yeah,
like maybe you get one that's like an offsides or something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I last year we had I think it was not the same person. I think Carlson was one of them, but we did have 3 people or 3 goals called back for offsides. Like he was, yeah, on a challenge, and
Dean
that's just
knows
so
what that's.
annoying.
Dean knows what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I mean, yeah, after the puck's in there for like a minute, like I feel like it should time out. There should be a time limit where you just say like, if someone entered 2 inches ahead of the puck, that was a minute ago. It has not changed the course of the game.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how if anything changes with the upcoming rule book, of course, and then the collective bargaining agreement. I know talks are starting on that, but I think we'll save potential discussion on that for when we get to the off season, just because we've got a lot of other juicy things to discuss before we get there. Um, Dean had kind of thrown this in here. The MLB has recently seen a shift in their bats. I know some players are using this torpedo bat, which has been helping to score home runs. I think the Yankees have been doing a lot of that. It sounds like
They started it, yeah.
I'm
They're
very loose on this thing.
They're like analytics team or whatever. They're like one player they noticed the ball kept hitting like the label or something. So like, well, why don't we just move the big chunk of the bat down over that spot? So instead of it like the bulk being at the top, it's a little lower. But according to the rules, it's like the bat can only be this diameter, but it doesn't say like where the biggest diameter needs to be. So they shifted it down, and now they're like getting a bunch of home runs. And then all these players that like have started using it have been like getting a ton of home runs. So I was like, I wonder what the equivalent would be in hockey, where it's like this some like equipment change that's like legal within the rule book, just all of a sudden like changes how the game's played. I mean, way back in the day, there was like the curved blades, but I don't know if it was in the rules saying they had to be flat before they were curved. But
Well,
I know,
Ovi's blade I think is technically too curved. I think.
the whole like banana curve.
Yeah, I think technically it's
Well,
not.
and according to the rule book, which we were just looking at, I think it's like if you lay it on the ice, it's 3.5 inches off like the ice is the max or something like that.
Blade of the stick shall not be more than 3 inches in width at any point between the heel and a half inch from the midpoint of the tip of
Three-quarter
the
inch
blade.
is what it is off the ice.
Oh yeah, that thing that I was reading was not it. Yeah, there it is.
There's a picture on
I
Rule
see it.
10.
Yep.
But yeah, so I was like, the only thing I saw was adhesive tape of any color may be wrapped around the stick at any place for the purpose of reinforcement or to improve control of the puck. So like if they decide some like super sticky tape to like keep the puck on your stick or something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Like,
say like a reflective color, like tape that like
Oh.
shines in the goaltender's eyes or something. Like
Maybe that
That's
too.
yeah. I mean, honestly, if you can get that to work, then yeah, good on you. Like, I mean, that's a skill issue, I
But
guess.
like if
Yeah.
you get sticky, you could just like always just be in like perpetual Michigan, just skating down the ice like lacrosse
yeah,
style.
like you can just really just dance with the puck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
maybe.
looking at the goalie pads. That's been a discussion in the past, but it's like pages and pages of specifications. So like, oh, maybe not.
Like, there's probably no loopholes built in there that they haven't already kind of thought of. Yeah.
Well, the goalies have already made the pads so big, probably within whatever rules there are.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot of stuff on the pads. Chest and arm pads, pants. Oh boy. Knee pads. It just keeps going.
I still think it's interesting that there is. I've been unable to find it, but I don't think there's a rule that says, your max number of players is 5 skaters, 1 goalie.
This whole thing again.
I still think I just like. I know it's like just kind of unspoken, but the rulebook should just say it.
There's a penalty for too many men. What does it say on that?
It doesn't. It just says more than the amount of skaters that the team is allowed to have, or whatever. Because I mean it's vague so that it can include if you've already pulled the goalie. Yeah,
pulled the goalie, or if you're shorthanded or whatever.
Or yes, yeah. So
on the power play.
So yeah, so I think the rules should explicitly state it. I just think it and maybe that's just coming from.
I mean, I don't see a way that a team could exploit it. Like,
what if you do the opposite, where you have 2 goalies and 4 skaters?
I think it specifies one goalie and
a one person in goalie gear. I think it does say that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting. I don't think it would take long for them to close that loophole.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think of anything else. Like skate, like I thought maybe if there was a way where you could manipulate how quick you can move on like your skates. I don't know if there's a ton in here for the skate requirements. I didn't immediately see anything.
Assisted, battery powered,
Yeah, I got rocket on the back
skates,
of my seats. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking. I see stuff for helmets, visors, dangerous equipment. Oh boy. But I don't see anything specifically on skates. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get our team to look into it, get somebody a new prototype skate, maybe get them the Rocket Richard trophy, or win them the
science that goes into that. So, I mean, there's the edge radius, which I know we've talked about on one of our hockey quizzes, but there's the profile too, where you have different you can section to 4 or more sections of the blade, front, back, and then 2 in the middle, and have different profiles for each portion of the blade to do different things. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been researched and trialed and errored heavily over the course of over 100 years. NHL hockey and just hockey in general for longer than that.
Yeah, there's this picture a unique profile, and has acceleration, transition, speed, stability. It's these different parts of your blade.
Yeah, it would have to be something like that, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot you can do with the sticks. You can't really. It says explicitly about what type of materials you can use, so you couldn't just develop this plastic or this polymer that's able to just get you a lot of potential energy and get I don't think there's any real way to get around that. But it was kind of a fun thought experiment. We'll see what the MLB does, I guess, if they feel like the torpedo bats are against the ways of baseball, which they're definitely an old balls game kind of thing, and so they don't like change.
The league already approved it, so.
Wow. Oh.
Do the rules say that players can't have bionic arms? Because you could try that. You're getting paid enough.
Just wear an exoskeleton.
Yeah, I don't. If that's in the rules, then I guess you can't. But if it's not,
performance enhancing substance.
No, because I'm pretty sure they define that as something ingested.
Yeah, I guess not.
I would hope you don't swallow it.
No.
I think we covered the Kachuk lice, though. That was important.
That was definitely crucial.
I think that's the most important thing. I've talked about all week.
Mm-hmm.
Big scrap.
Is that another power play? Oh boy.
It was a double minor.
You have that game on, Brendan, just for Ovi.
Yeah.
Watching the 4-4 Rangers Wild game.
Oh.
Ooh,
I mean, that one's definitely more important for me as a Vegas fan.
And Leafs Panthers 1-1.
Wow, yeah. So we got 2 good games.
Yep, 2 for
yeah,
3.
the Caps game is a good game. It's a good
Yeah, any game with Ovi in it.
It's an OV goal, you know?
I guess, yeah, it
like,
turned into a good game.
Yeah. I am being requested for dinner here, so I might need to step out soon.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll hopefully get another OV goal here while you're gone, and then we set up pretty well for Sunday. But I'm excited to see you again.
Yeah.
And see Zane as well. We'll definitely have to meet up because we're not sitting together, but we'll have to see him in the intermission or whatever.
Yeah, he's up with the pores.
So. I couldn't remember if he told us what section he was in. I'm pretty sure he didn't get lower bowl or mezzanine or anything.
I thought he said maybe 200s.
Maybe.
Well, I'll stick around till the next
next
TV
whistle.
timeout. Yeah, because I've got it running upstairs. But that's what Kelsey's up there watching it. Oh, Wilson off for the rest of the game. I'm an unsportsmanlike maybe.
Misconduct.
Yeah.
Throwing back to an older or a younger Tom Wilson, I guess, because he's definitely taken the crazy fighting and stuff out of his game. I think he's actually a really solid player. Like I would be pretty happy to have him on my team, which I don't think I would have said like 5 years ago.
Yeah. No, he's matured a lot, and so I think he's earned himself some fights. You know?
Yeah, you've been good. You've been a good boy this year.
Yeah, go out there and punch somebody.
Yeah, it's the Canes. We might be seeing them in the second round. So if you want to rough a couple of those guys up,
yeah, make them scared.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe let's not run back a Panarin, but
right.
Yeah, I still think about that every time they go up against each other.
We'll see. They could play against each other in the first round again. But role reversal.
Yeah. I have the sneaking suspicion that if that happens, the Caps are not making it out of the first round. I think if we get
swept again,
I don't know. I don't think we get swept.
I would think probably not.
Oh, Ryan Leonard's first NHL penalty.
Oh.
Wow. All grown up.
Baby's first penalty.
Yeah. I don't know for what, but
probably,
he's in there.
Probably rough stuff.
Yeah.
I guess while Sam's here, we'll get his take on the Canadian broadcasting deal that was just signed. So Rogers, which is owns Sportsnet, they're like the Sportsnet folks. They agree to an extension kicking in 26-27, a 12-year deal worth $7.7 billion US or 11 Canadian. So huge deal. Apparently Rogers is already like $44 billion in debt right now. So I don't really know how they're gonna pay for that. And of course we're all watching US broadcasts, so we don't really get a bunch. You know, we don't know like the inner, you know, like the kind of minute things that you see when you tune in regularly. But it sounds like a lot of Canadian fans, a lot of Sportsnet viewers are not happy with this extension, and we're hoping to get somebody else to come in.
And 12 years is a long time.
I think the last deal was 12 years, and it's just like, oh man.
Okay. Well, the ESPN one wasn't that long, and as far as the US, like the NBC one was long, and that wasn't even 12, I don't think.
No.
But that was like right before the NHL kind of had a big like blow up and got really big. So like they did not get a lot of money from NBC, and like the deal did not look good in a few years for the league. So I guess we'll see how this one looks, but also with 12 years, like who knows what the streaming situation will be like in even 5 years from now. But I guess with this contract, apparently they can also work into like working with Amazon because they're kind of connected or whatever.
Yeah, they can like sub license out some of the
Yeah,
games,
exactly.
like some of the French broadcasts and a couple other things. So yeah, there's some other deals to be worked out. Sounds like yeah, probably this means that Sportsnet Plus will like increase in price. And they already have complaints about that because they have a bunch of different Canadian or like games that they could be showing, but they really only have like one or two among like all their different channels and different, and their streaming platforms. So there's been a lot of tough things said about Rogers and Sportsnet, about how they cover the league too, how they're cheap, um, and yeah, they're hoping to get fewer blackouts. They're still gonna have blackouts, but probably gonna be more nationally broadcast games, which they'll cover, so they won't be blacked out. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that deal.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the league side, like the 7.7 billion basically comes out to like $20 million per year per team, and I mean, you're trying to get the cap up and also expand. So they're like in 12 years, I'm sure there'll be more than the amount of teams we have now too. So just like getting this
Yeah.
money up, well, I don't know how if it gets up front or not, but just getting this money is helpful for the league, obviously,
Yeah,
especially with all the expansion they're trying to do. So
and it sounds
Yeah.
like there wasn't anybody else that was like reached out to like to have a contract. Like they only spoke with Rogers. They didn't speak with like TSN or like Amazon or like another big Canadian media conglomerate, although there's like hardly any of them. But I guess no other team was either willing to, or they like the team company, or like the NHL just didn't want to negotiate with anyone else. I don't know. It seems like a
it's
little
also
weird.
weird because this happened like a year and a half before the contract expired. So you'd think that like
Take
if
some
they wanted
time.
to look at, like, yeah, like they must have seen something they really wanted to lock it up or whatever. Like I don't know the inner workings of this, like we said, but like
Yeah.
most contracts, I feel like it goes to close to expiration and then they make the new deal.
You know anything about contract law, broadcasting rights, Sam?
That's not my area of expertise,
Mm.
unfortunately. But I don't know. I think inaccessibility of of games is really hurting the league right now. Like, because unless you pay for you know, most people don't have cable these days. So unless you pay like $85 a month, I think, for like YouTube TV, that's the only one that I've seen that has most of the games, and you don't get blackouts uh or it's not like this is exclusively broadcast somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even ESPN Plus, right? Like I mean, they don't have every game. They have
I'll have the
some of
national
them.
one.
No, they don't have the
Yeah.
TNT games. They don't have the national ones on ESPN. They don't have NHL Network. Um,
Yeah.
they're like yeah, weird games, and a couple other different platforms. But so yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that you would need that you need if you need to, if you want to see every game for your team, or especially every game for the whole season, which would be crazy. But
Yeah.
so I guess there are a select few that try their best to do that. So that's
Hmm.
that's definitely tough. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would definitely like to see some change there, but I can't see things getting any better. It seems like they're only going to get way, way, way worse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just I think the worst thing I for it about that for me is just that like no new fan is going to invest in a subscription to do that to watch hockey. But like if it's more easily accessible, if it's on something that they already have,
Yeah.
then maybe they'll flip to it and think, oh hey, this is actually pretty cool. And but when you have a 1 out of 5 chance of actually having a game on your service, it makes it much less likely. So
definitely. There's some games I'm like, oh, I can't watch it on my TV, so I'm not watching it. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
They're lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they just sent Nick Dowd down the tunnel as well. So I'm not sure what he did.
Oh. I wonder if he
Been a
got.
feisty
Hopefully, he didn't get hurt.
end of the third period.
Yeah. It looks
No,
like
no,
there's
no.
just a lot of rough stuff.
Yeah. Still not on commercial breaks.
Yeah, I was surprised. I figured we would have lost you by now.
I mean, sometimes it just happens where it's like icing, and then it's like, or you're just on the power play or whatever, and then power play's over. Next stoppage is like a goal, and it's like all these
Yeah.
different things where it's like, oh, you can't actually go to commercial after this.
They're fighting again. It's McMichael. Oh, okay, yeah, he got ragdolled. That's tough for him. He's not a big
A
guy.
lot of guys in the box. I see 3 different people in the Caps box right now. Oh boy.
1 minute left in the Rangers game. So
Yeah.
4-4.
Looking like that one's
I'm
heading
a
to
little
OT.
behind.
2 seconds. Yeah, I think that one's going overtime. So that's big for the Wild, for both teams. These both are teams fighting for their either seed or playoff berth. So yeah, that's important. We also
Caps have like 10 people left.
like we're running out of guys to actually play the game of hockey.
Yeah. Hold on, ref.
Maybe reconsider.
All right. Well, while we're just sitting here, I might go pee. I was gonna wait till Sam left, but it's been taking so long, and this is like a
I'm sorry.
2-hour
Looks like-
podcast.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's a commercial. There's a commercial.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thanks, Sam.
you'll get a comeback in your Caps game.
Yeah. With our skeleton crew and 5 minutes left,
Yeah.
well, we're down 4.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I think it'll happen. If we get another OV goal, that's just
That's
then
what
I'm
we're,
happy.
That's what we're looking for. Yep, and we'll and then I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah. Bring the stickers.
I'll definitely bring some
Yeah.
stickers. I'll probably wear my OV jersey, although I'm wondering if I should put an Islanders jersey over it, and then if he scores, I'm like, yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really here for. But alrighty.
All right.
Take care.
Well, see ya.
Yeah.
We have one team that has clinched a playoff berth. That's the Montreal Victoire. And last time we gave a standings update, they were pretty far and away the best team. They still are number one team. They got 48 points, 3 games remaining. So they're locked in. And then that's it. No team has been eliminated yet. New York, unfortunately, at the bottom, they've got 33 points, 3 games remaining, and they are on the brink here. A Montreal win in regulation plus a single point by Ottawa against Boston would eliminate them. So not looking good.
Ottawa just won 4-0 today.
Oh, did they? Okay, so they need a Montreal loss or win in overtime, I guess. Which I don't know when is that. Tomorrow, or Saturday. Okay.
Also,
Wait,
I
no,
remember
that's
I
not
haven't
right.
followed along in a while, but I remember at the start of the year Boston was not doing well, so it's nice seeing them in third.
Yeah, they have definitely crept back up. They were towards the bottom for a little bit. I forgot they have the international break in between here. That's why it's gonna be a while because Ottawa and Boston are playing right now, and then the next game in the league is Saturday the 26th. New York against Minnesota. Actually, all 3 teams are back. So yeah, we've got some time before we know the full playoff picture. But that's how we're sitting going into the break. We got the Victoire at number 1, Scepters at 2, Fleet at 3, Frost at 4, Charge at 5, and Sirens at 6. So Ottawa also looking not great. They've got one more game in hand though, New York. So yeah, we'll see again. Big game today for them, and I'm sure they've got some risk going forward. But that's what the playoff situation is looking like right now, and we've had a couple more takeover tour games. I think the last one was the game in St. Louis, so pretty successful as we look towards potential expansion going forward.
Yeah, it sounds like Vancouver and Seattle are the likely ones. Which I mean, we talked about the most likely staying east.
Yeah, I guess I would be a little surprised if they. I mean, like obviously they're bundling them there, but that does affect
You're looking at
travel
West
a
trip.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like if you're going, you're gonna play both teams and then come back.
Yep. I think there was a prediction about. Oh yeah, Owen said new teams are Detroit and Chicago was his prediction, which seemed more realistic. I mean, big cities there. They did have the takeover in Detroit. I think they had one in Chicago too. But we actually could have gone to the Detroit game because that was the same day as the Red Wings versus Golden Knights game that we saw, but we didn't end up pulling the trigger on it. I think we were all a little energy lacking.
Let's just have a chill rest of the day.
It was nice to take a break. I mean, we had watched a lot of hockey too.
Yeah.
So it was nice to of course, I guess we watched a hockey game in the hotel, but
yeah,
still.
I'd rather watch it in my bed than be back at the arena
Back
like
at
3
the
hours
arena
later.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're anxious to see what they end up doing with expansion. I'd imagine we'll get an announcement either before the regular season ends or maybe after the
Well, it
playoffs
sounded
or
like
what.
an announcement could happen this week.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so that's great.
Maybe not. We'll see.
We'll definitely know about it. I think it'll be pretty obvious if something official gets announced.
Yeah. And the Rangers won 5-4 in overtime. Toronto scored again to make it 2-1 with 6 minutes left. Hurricanes are still up 5-1.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So Leafs winning. That's good for both of us, I believe, for the hat trick questions.
Yeah, but who knows if Aho even has a shot on goal this game?
Well, I think we are differing there because I had the under.
Oh. Well, let's check.
Why not?
Still no shots.
No shots.
Stankoven has 5. Jarvis has 4.
Wow.
Aho with 0 shots and 19 minutes of ice time.
Ovi's got 4.
I'm going to say that'll probably be the under.
Nice. So that's good for me.
And
it's looking like both the Leafs and the Hurricanes are gonna get the points, so they will clinch the playoffs most likely.
Yeah, you could get another hat trick. You could get your 14 hat tricks that you need.
I'm on my way. One at a time. Yeah, because I switched my answer yesterday because Dean.
You're welcome.
Dean pointed that out. I was like, oh, that was nice of him.
Like the Kings only win at home. Like they are at home. Like oh, like to do the classic thing where I switch and get it wrong, and I'm like, but you're like, yeah, you gotta
bet on
risks.
something.
This time of year, you're down by so much.
Yeah, and it ended up paying off.
One that got one.
So, yeah, I could. Nobody else shares my answer today either, so I could get another one. Well, I'm trying to remember what was the third question.
Over under in the Canucks game.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we have no information on that yet, and I won't know until I wake up tomorrow. I'm definitely not watching that game. 10:30 start against 2 non-playoff teams, most likely. Vancouver's definitely not going to make it. So yeah, not going to be tuning in for that one.
Leafs scored again, 3-1.
Okay, so that one's pretty much wrapped up then, and that's big for them for the Atlantic push. Still 4:51 left. They've definitely choked those kind of leads before, so we won't confirm it, but yeah, looking pretty good. I don't know about you, Dean, but I think we are all set to wrap up this.
That was a long one.
This is a long one, but we appreciate Owen and Sam both hopping on with us. We're looking forward to the final push here. See where Dean's Bruins end up in the standings, where Vegas ends up, and who they're going to be playing against.
Four.
That's the goal, I suppose. Get that 9.5% chance, and then I think lottery is actually going to be in like middle of May, which seems a little bit late for when they normally do it, but I think that's the rumor. I don't think we've got official word yet, but yeah, that's always a fun one. Maybe we'll do a short live stream for that, depending on what time of day and everything. But
yeah, maybe
we got time for it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you made it through this like 2-hour long episode, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
He usually isn't that bad, but I wasn't surprised that he didn't go with everybody else. I don't think we'll ever
when it's
get
your
one.
own and everyone picks like, well, I gotta prove that my questions were good questions.
Yeah.
And not everyone agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.